Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you and thank you for joining us today. I'm Srishti and I'll be your host for today's session. We are really glad to have such a strong group of training leaders, education entrepreneurs, and learning professionals joining us from across the APAC region. Before we begin, I would like to share a quick housekeeping notes with you guys. The session is being recorded and you'll be getting the recording of the session post this event. Please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box anytime during the event, and we'll be taking them up towards the end. Now, let's talk about why today's discussion matters. The training and certification landscape is changing rapidly, especially with AI reshaping roles, skills, and career paths across industries. Training partners have a lot of questions, and that's exactly what today's webinar is about. Our topic is how training providers can scale AI offerings without increasing costs. In this session, we'll explore how training organizations can expand their AI portfolio, reach more learners, and drive sustainable growth without adding operational overhead or escalating costs. To walk us through this, we are joined by two fantastic speakers from AI CERTs. First, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Rahul Srivastava, Strategy Director at AI CERTs. Rahul brings over 8 years of experience in the edtech industry, spanning strategy, operations, program management, growth, and business development. He has led multiple zero to one initiatives, combining analytical rigor with a strong growth mindset. At AI Certs, Rahul plays a key role in shaping the global ATP authorized training partner and partner ecosystem, driving scalable impact, precision, speed, and strategic execution. Joining him is Afreen Hashmi, a seasoned account management professional with a strong track record in B2B growth, enterprise sales, and client success. Afreen specializes in deeply understanding client needs and delivering tailored certification and training solutions aligned with strategic business objectives. At AI Certs, she plays a crucial role in expanding the organization's reach while ensuring partners receive exceptional value and long-term success. Together, Rahul and Afreen will walk us through today's session. With that, I'll hand it over to Rahul to kick off this session. Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you so much, Shrishti, and a very good morning to every one of you. A very happy Friday to all of you. So, first things first, I think I want to thank all of you for choosing your Friday morning to spend with us, especially before the weekend really or officially starts kicking in. We're delighted to welcome all the participants from APAC region, a market that not only is diverse in terms of cultures and time zones, but I think it has incredibly fast when it comes to uh, pace of execution, driving AI adoption, and a few of the APAC countries has shown it in the last 2 years very specifically. So I'll quickly run everyone through, three major topics that we are going to cover today. One is going to be the demand side of AI and AI adoption in APAC region specifically, how the supply side right now looks like, and how AI certs as a supply side act as one of the mediums to really, you know, uh, bridge that gap between AI awareness to really AI deployment. And third is going to be how can you partner with AI certs, from a strategic partnership standpoint. That is where Afreen would come in place, and she will be sharing her experiences and she'll be sharing exactly how the process looks like. So again, welcome to each and every one of you. We will be quickly starting off. Afin, I think you can quickly switch to the next slide. All right. So I think it's very important to understand that a lot of is being talked about around AI, maybe model drifting, data readiness, hallucinations. All of these things are being talked about. A lot has been talked about around AI governance. We have over a period of time realized that AI governance is definitely one of the levers that really pulls in and that really drives the adoption in that particular region. That's why, if you see it very categorically says that policy fuels it and enterprises scales it using those policy. So I think from a very high standpoint, if I want to, on a very high level, if I want to tell you, India, Singapore, and Japan, and Asian countries. There are three different views that you are able to see on the screen, which talks about how governments and how industries are really uh, planning different strategic initiatives to ensure that there is a lot of awareness, there is a lot of governance around AI, and of course, how this can be translated into a business opportunity for business training businesses, and of course for certification businesses. So more or less, if I want to talk about these levers on a very specific grounds, I would be able to tell you that talent shortage happens to be one of the urgent need that we have been able to identify. Even when we talk to a lot of CEOs or CXOs, they reach out to us. There's a lot of pressure on CEOs for transforming or doing a lot of digital transformation using AI. Where to start, what kind of data readiness, what kind of change management, what kind of project management, what kind of mindset training is required for that is where AI search also comes in very handy. We have understood over a period of time, if you see all the four quadrants, that talent shortage happens to be one of the most priority, and that's where the business need for training companies lies, and that's where we have the real flesh. So if I talk about government mandates, there are multiple regions across APAC regions where government has mandated to drive AI adoption through different policies. It's already listed. I don't want to read all those policies, but you can read it out. Singapore is one of the, from an AI readiness standpoint or AI readiness countries, Singapore stands in first seven countries. One of the countries in APAC which has really shown impact through AI, and not just AI is no more a marketing you know gimmick, right? If I talk about enterprise competition, of course corporate L&D budgets are always available for us to really delve into and take the best usage of it. A lot of companies in APAC are pre-planned, and they have budgets already rolled out in the month of first January and February, in the first quarter very specifically, and that's how we can plan our trainings as well. And of course, it all starts from education. If we talk about academic institutions, every academic institution in some or the other way wants to introduce AI into their curriculum, so that there's a lot of meaning to what they do today versus how they are actually planning to build the future workforce for their uh, for their academic institution, and for, of course, how it will be for the industries as well. So uh, if I want to talk about the real problem, as I told you, it is very categorically upskilling. So 80% of the Southeast Asia employees can't find the AI skill talent. We have seen multiple job portals where AI jobs have if you talk about Gen AI engineers, AI generalist kind of jobs has rose to about more than 30% in the last 2 years, categorically from 2023 end to 2025 end. This is the period that I have been very closely working on the AI side of things, and we have seen there is a definite shift in terms of a clear ask from the employers and a clear ask from employees that, of course, AI is not going to replace you, but if you don't really work alongside with AI, it might replace you with people who are actually implementing or who are actually putting everything into practice from an AI standpoint. So I think this is where the big opportunity lies for us. That's where a lot of investment is happening. 80% of the API organization have allocated a budget of more than 1.5 million annually to Gen AI initiatives. Gen AI has proven to be having a lot more use cases, which has translated into different segments altogether. You talk about finance, legal, HR, marketing, sales. So, just to give everyone an understanding, AI certs, that's how AI certs positions themselves into the market. We don't train teams, we train organizations. That's where your opportunity looks like. We are not the EC Council, we are not the PMI, we are not the uh, CompTIA right now. We are a new category in itself, where we have two different segments altogether, where we cater to technical courses and we cater to non-technical courses, which we call it as professional series of courses. So I'll be talking about that as well in detail to give you a lot more holistic understanding in terms of what we do today and why we do what we do today and how we are unique from the market itself. So, in a nutshell, if I want to tell you, this is where I have structured it. That these are the metrics, the top metrics. These are very core and pure metrics, which tells us the demand is real. If you talk about talent shortage, you talk about market growth. There has not been any industry which is staggering more than 38%, 40% at the moment, like AI. Likewise, I've seen, in my career, I mean, cloud has been one of the industries which was staggering at almost 18%, 19% year on year, but AI has almost doubled it down. If I talk about CEO level adoption, as I initially told, that there is definitely a lot of pressure on the CEOs to really move things fast, cutting the cost, improving the efficacy and efficiency of the infrastructure and the system altogether. That's where CEO level adoption plays an important role from a decision standpoint. But then, of course, there is a lot of buying that has come in, and that's one of the reasons a lot of investments are being made in APAC region, categorically in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, and Australia and New Zealand. Skills transformation. I think similar point that I made earlier as well, that core skills will change after a point. It is not no more going to be aptitude uh, and communication. It is going to be aptitude, communication, and of course the AI readiness, that will be the key gatekeepers during an individual getting into an organization. So I think this is how the transformation will happen. This is what we futuristically see right now. The industries in US, the way US is really taking up things, one of the western regions where we have seen AI adoption has been on the topmost level, and that's where a lot of things have been driven and understood from there, which are getting translated into APAC as well. So the market is ready and the growth is really, really real. That's what we are able to see. I think these are five non-negotiable requirements. When I was creating this deck, I think I and Afreen sat down, and we wanted to really give you these five value proposition that we offer as a company, so that helps everyone to connect the dots really well. I think over a period of time, we of course believe in the certification space, and we believe that certification adds a lot of objectivity in terms of the learning outcomes, because learning itself is very subjective matter, and to make it more objective in terms of how you evaluate an individual's skill set, and whether the person is really AI skilled or not, that's where the real demand was, to bring in a lot more globally recognized certification. So just to give a lot more context onto this, we are ISO and IEC aligned certification body. We follow ISO 170242012. We are completely vendor aligned, which means that we are not competing directly with the Microsofts and the AWS of the world. We are saying that if you are selling their certifications, you are selling right now the bread and butter. We are just giving you a layer of jam to increase your profit margins, and that's how you can easily gel up with all the existing certifications, and how these certifications can sit on top of as a layer uh, in the existing framework of what you are selling today. So I think this is where globally recognized certification comes in place. We have already catered to, we have about 150 partners across APAC. Within 2 years of expansion, we have about 150 plus partners, and we have catered to almost 92 companies of top 500. I'll be realistic in telling you that for Fortune 500 companies, we have catered to 92 organizations till date. We might not be able to give you the exact names because these are our customer, but of course, this is the exact number in the last 1.5, 2 years what we have been able to achieve. Uh, Verifiable digital credentials, that's where we have created a complete ecosystem for ourselves. When we talk about the ecosystem, uh, a user comes in, logs in into a LMS, learns through the platform, goes through a proctoring exam, then it gets the certification issued on the platform itself. So we have reduced and we have removed the concept of an individual writing an exam somewhere else, learning from somewhere else. We have collated it at one place, and we have made it very highly dependent on technology like blockchain, where we do not do any third party integrations for any dependencies on proctoring tools or on certification issuance. So we have our own AI labs as a entity where we have AI certification issuance platform, which we call it as CERTs 365, and we have proctoring 365, which we currently utilize in our own certifications. That's where you get the verifiable digital credentials. Then we talk about role-based program. This is one of the most unique feature of what AI certs is being built on. We have been the only company on planet Earth till date that we have about 100 plus certifications. You talk about the industry, you talk about the specific domain, and you talk about the role, you will have a certification ready for it. You talk about AI in pharma, to AI in research, to AI in HR, to AI in finance, to AI in legal. So we have content which is job ready from day one. And right now, it's way beyond getting into only the generic content. It is way, there's a huge need to get into the uh, role specific demands, where how an individual can really improve their efficiency, their productivity, and reduce the cost for the overall ecosystem of where they are working, so that it's more contextual and aligned, and people are not running behind the use cases. If I'm going to learn this, what is the current use case in my industry or in my role in that industry? And that's where AI search bridges that gap immediately. We have practical tool based skill set, practical tool based labs available, where a person can actually go in and practice all those use cases, practice all those examples that we have already set up for that particular role in that particular industry. So a lot of case studies, a lot of uh, projects have already been implemented that helps an individual and the companies to really relate better. And it helps them contextualize the entire learning that they have done. Flexible learning delivery. So we offer self-paced, instructor-led, and hybrid options. Self-paced is where AI certs provide it. When someone needs instructor-led, that's where we partner with the partners, and the partners trainers goes into the account and then they train it, and then on the basis of that, there is of course a mechanism to track as well, where we have created a complete uh, infrastructure, I would say, to track for partners, for trainers, for learners, everything. So maybe in the next slide, I'll be able to talk more in detail with you guys. So, of course, what nobody talks about is AI tools are getting updated on a daily basis. Every week, every new tool comes in. How do we keep up with the pace of that? And of course, the fundamental remains the same for every AI tool that gets generated or that gets implemented in the market. But of course, knowing those tools and the usage of those tools, and how and in which context you need to use those tools, is where you need a updated library to come in place, and that's where AI search comes very handy. We keep on updating our courses every 3 months. That's where a push in notification keep on going to the learners, going to the partners, so that they can keep from a longevity perspective, they keep on getting the updates and they are really updated with the content. We also support multi languages. Of course, we understand that there is a lot of regional nuances that goes into localized market, talking about Japan, talking about China, India in itself. You talk about Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand. We have courses and we can support those into multiple languages, given if we know earlier what kind of business opportunity it would look like a month or a 2 months ahead of it, so that we can customize and we can prepare it accordingly. Uh, Enterprise buyers demand vendor aligned credentials, and that's where we are not vendor agnostic. When we say that we are not vendor agnostic, what I mean by that is that we do not teach anything that's beyond the current market. For an example, if you are going to learn about Azure, or if you're going to learn about a cloud in Azure, cloud in AWS, cloud in Google Cloud, cloud in AI, we have amalgamated everything in one place, so that the individual does not need only going out of only AWS or a product dependent certifications. It is more on the product alignment, that this is how the fundamentals would look like, and this is how AI has been implemented in these fundamentals. So we offer, similar to what already is existing right now, we offer a layer on top of what we already, or what framework you are already selling it. So your team has already stretched, you know that SMEs are overbooked, creating full programs, again deploying SMEs to create curriculums, and then probably rechecking it and revalidating it from QA standpoint from industries. That's where we come handy. We have already done the math, we have a plug and play model ready for you. Speed to market in AI, of course, is very critical. That's where our moat lies. AI Certs was about a 100-member team 2 years back. Now we are almost 1,200-member team in 2 years. A lot of investment has gone into it to ensure that we stay in the business for the longest period of time. And what we have realized over a period of time while working in AI is that internally also we need our teams to use AI to really improve the efficacy and efficiency of what we do today. And speed is something, and pace of execution is something that we really are proud of what we have built till today. And of course, during the journey we would make mistakes, and that's where we keep on improving the entire bucket of programs that we have for the teams. So competition is intensifying. Of course, universities are offering AI programs, tech vendors are launching free programs. We have seen OpenAI Academy that has come in, which are offering free programs in emerging countries like India, South Africa, private academic scaling APAC across. So there is a real demand, is what we know about. I think the challenge would always be from a competitor competition specs is going to be whether it is credible, whether it is compliant, and whether it is really would make sense at this early stage where the governance structures has just striked in. So this is pretty much about what the reality is. I think Afreen, I'll put it on to you if you could take us through in terms of how the entire partnership model and how from a demand perspective AI search would be able to bridge this complete gap for the partners. Uh, just to give some more context before I even give it to Afreen, that we are highly partner driven organization. We in today's date do not do any business directly with any industries, any corporates, any individuals. We have only partners through which we drive our business. So we have a very partner friendly and partner led organization. So I think over to you, Afreen. You'll be able to take us through this, and then maybe in the last part, I would again want to explain more in terms of how this partnership can really benefit the partners in terms of the cost margins, the profit margins, the revenue growth, and of course, the kind of support that we will be able to give it to the partners.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rahul, for walking our participants through the kind of demand there is, the stats, what the stats speak about the gold mine of an opportunity that exists in the APAC region. I mean, though, the AI adoption must have started early in the Americas, but we see that it is 10 times now growing in the APAC. So there, the growth is steady now in the European and the Americas, but we see that India, China, Sri Lanka, there's the GCC regions like UAE, Dubai, with the kind of initiatives like Rahul rightfully mentioned, with the kind of initiatives and funding that the ministries are doing, it is a gold mine of an opportunity that we all can grasp. And welcome everyone. Firstly, I can't believe that we are almost at the mid of 2026, I mean, Jan 2026. I mean, it's just when we all just came back from our New Year break. And now we are almost half of the month. So, like Rahul rightfully mentioned, this is the time where we know we need to collaborate. This is the opportunity where there's going to be a lot of L&D budgets that are going to be assigned for the year in terms of corporates where they want AI upskilling, which is the need of the hour. It's not just an option anymore, it's become a necessity. So, how can you, as partners, that's what here I am here to explain, that how can you start a full-fledged market ready plug and play profit ready product and package in weeks and not months and years, wherein because there is no reinvention of the wheel, you have absolute zero minimal costs or investments required to build the content, no risks involved in terms of updating the content regularly because we are talking about artificial intelligence, right? And how can you start off with adding more value and credibility to your existing training portfolio? So once again, welcome everyone. I'm really glad that you all could make it today at the end of your weekend. I hope after this you have a great, great weekend moving forward. So of course, first scenario, I'm here to actually talk about the ground realities, right? And I'm sure you all can relate with me that when it comes to the ground reality, to have your own in-house AI training programs with credibility, with accreditations, with ISO standards, it involves a lot of cost. That's the first roadblock. And that's where we come in, where, of course, and the timeline, the cost per learner, the scalability of the programs, the margins that you need to keep depending on the kind of competition that there exists out there. And of course, the reality to bring this program that you're going to develop in house to the public, to the market out there. So, what is the timeline that we're looking at? What is the cost? What is the manpower? What is the resources that we need to invest to develop our own in house training programs? So, that's where we step in, where, of course, we completely eradicate these costs from you because we are a US based but a globally recognized certification body. And what we do best is we offer certification programs that are all role based. So, like Rahul said, that, there's no one on planet Earth. I just like that statement where we are the only certification providers out there that are offering role specific or role based programs. And that is the need and the ask right now. So I've been on a lot of, I've spoken to a lot of these CEOs and spoken to a lot of corporates. The real challenge that they face is not AI adoption, is AI literacy, is what I've been able to understand, is where they do want to adopt AI to save a lot of their costs in their businesses, to save a lot of time, but they are not able to do so because they do not have the talent, the skilled employees that are required to work on those platforms. And that's where, what does that mean? That presents a huge demand for AI talent, people or professionals with AI skills. And that's where it presents a huge opportunity for us as certification bodies, as training partners to work hand in hand, where it could be a win win opportunity for us to bridge that gap and to cater to that talent, AI, talent gap that exists and, supply that AI talent pool that people, corporates, governments are looking for. So moving on to the next slide, right? So again, as you see, um, join our partner network. I am the person to reach out to. So we are here to take away every risk of updation, continuous updation. So you do have, say, after a lot of resources spent, a lot of manpower being invested, a lot of time being invested, and you've developed your own programs, then comes the risk for updating the content and keeping your content and your learners updated, uh, and to ensure that your content doesn't get outdated. So we again take away that risk where we continuously, like Rahul mentioned previously, have a quarterly updation policy. We're compliant with ISO 17024 2012 standards. It's one of the most stringent standards. You'd be surprised to see some big names out there, some big vendors that are providing certifications who have withdrawn their application because that's the kind of guidelines that are there in terms of how you develop certification to ensure the quality of the certification itself. Right. So that's where we come in. We have a huge pool of subject matter experts, industry experts, AI experts, edtech experts, blockchain experts who have been into this field since over 27, 30 plus years of experience, tech giants who are all part of our team who are developing the curriculum and the content of our certifications. So, this is what we provide. So, AI certs, like I mentioned, gives you the complete plug and play market ready product, a complete stack where you don't have to additionally invest anything as a training partner to offer trainings on our certification programs. No investment required in terms of outsourcing any third party proctoring tools. Like Rahul said, we do have a separate division called AI Labs where we develop innovative AI and emerging technology based tools that can be used by training institutes, consulting and training companies, academic bodies, um, and so on. So we have our own proctoring tool. So that's the reason our prices are very, very competitive that are in the market. So it gives you as a partner higher margins to play around with when you add on your profits and offer it to your clients as an instructor-led training. So our content, coming back to the slide, so our content is always updated. Of course, it comes with the credible or a globally recognized certification. So yes, there are a lot of providers out there, but what are corporates looking for? So basically, they need credibility, a validation of that knowledge, the skills that the learner has developed. And our exams, the certification exam followed by the certification itself, is globally recognized. It's an industry validated credential. So not only do your customers get in demand AI skills, that's the need of the hour, but they also get a validation or a proof in the form of our blockchain based tamper proof certification that is instantly you could validate and verify the document. They can leverage that to enhance their professional portfolio. And of course, complete co-branded marketing support in terms of online co-branded marketing activities and events, complete go-to marketing strategies to ensure that your marketing initiatives are giving you the return on investment that you're looking at. The whole idea behind the partnership, like, just to add on, it's like Rahul has already mentioned everything. It's like, putting an icing on the cake, where I'm just adding a few more points, is that you will have a dedicated partner success manager, a dedicated resource that would be allocated to our partners to ensure that they succeed in the partnership, they're able to generate business month on month, quarter on quarter. So that's the whole intent, because I would just like to reiterate and repeat what Rahul said. We are a partner first and a partner centric, uh, company where our partner success directly depends on our success, and that's how we look at it. Right. So moving on, this is one of my favorite slides in the entire presentation deck, which talks about our entire certification portfolio for you guys at a glance. So how do we stand out? We offer role-based certifications which are not generic, because there's a myth. Everyone feels that it's ChatGPT and Copilot is the whole world around AI, but that's not true. A doctor uses AI and various AI tools differently compared to an HR, maybe to an educator, to a project manager. And that's where role-based certifications is a necessity. And we have over, like Rahul said, this is when we put the deck, around 60 plus certifications that are now coming up in the roadmap. So we already have 60 plus certifications. We're going to make that to 100. Every quarter, we roll out more and more certifications that are role focused, where we feel that AI has already impacted that specific role. So as you can see, on the left-hand side, we have the professional certification category, and on the right-hand side, we have the technical certification category. So that's how we've categorized our complete portfolio. And the major difference between these is the audience. You can offer our certifications to a technical audience, to a non-technical audience, on an individual B2C level, to a B2G level, on a B2B level, to corporates. You can do an enterprise-wide AI literacy and adoption program, because we have something that we can cater to right from the top tier of the pyramid up until the bottom tier, right, starting from business leaders up until every department that is there in an organization. So we have AI for customer service, AI for sales, AI for executives, AI for data analysts, AI for cybersecurity, AI for cloud computing. So that we have something for technical audience as well as for the non-technical audience. And we keep updating our content every 90 days. So there's a huge array of certifications, giving the opportunity for our training partners to be able to expand their audience portfolio. So you now can go ahead and deliver trainings and offer training programs and cater to a wider audience. Right. So, of course, depending on your business model, we have various partner ecosystems in place, right? If you are a training partner who's into the training business, you're a training institute, you're an edtech platform offering e-learnings, you're into skill academics, learning and development, you run workshops, training workshops and boot camps. So, for you, the apt partnership model that we have to offer would be the authorized training partner, where it's completely simple. You have your own in-house trainers. We completely train them without any charge. We have a complimentary train the trainer program. And of course, you deliver the trainings, and that's your additional value add or revenue opportunity, wherein you add our certifications as a value add into your current training portfolio. If you are registered as an academic institution, you're a school, you're a college, you're a university, or you're a vocational institute, or maybe you're into higher education. So you could also partner with AI CERTs, where you would want to make these certifications accessible for your students to make them job ready, future ready, AI ready, because they do get validated, industry validated credentials. Plus, if you want to offer these certifications and upskill your educators, your teachers, your staff in AI, please feel free. that is the kind of audience that is apt for our academic partnerships. Now, of course, moving on to the third kind of partnerships, which is the association partner. Now, if you're part of an association, you're part of a big chamber where you have a annual subscription, you have memberships to be part of your association, and you want to offer these upskilling certifications as part of your membership fee to upskill your the members of your association, then feel free to reach out to us and to partner with us. And of course, the last kind of partnership that we have is affiliate partners, apt for individuals, maybe startups, influencers, people who have great network. You may be a career coach, you may be a consultant, you may be a one-man army, but you are into trainings, but you do have a great network where you want to promote our certifications, our e-learnings, our self-paced e-learnings, and you want to get a commission out of those referrals. So this is the partnership for you, the affiliate partnership, right? And of course, moving on, because I do handle partnerships here in the APAC region, and I also cater to Canada. So feel free to reach out to me anytime. I would love to connect with each one of you on LinkedIn. Please do send me a connection request. I'd love to accept it. So I'll be discussing more on the authorized training partnership, the first kind of partnership that you see on the screen, right? And of course, it's complete a plug, promote, and start making profit partnership model that we're here to discuss. So just quickly moving on to the first pillar itself, plug. We have a complete market ready product for you. The content is readily available, the curriculum is readily available. It's been developed by our certification body, our certification team, our advisory board. These are the people who are developing the curriculum and the content of our certification programs. Of course, it's followed by a certification exam, so it's a bundled package that you receive. It's the course and the exam comes as a bundled package. Of course, once you pass the certification exam, there's a globally recognized certification that is attached, dates your AI skills. It's completely vendor aligned. So the best thing or the beauty, I would say, of our certifications is that you can very easily complement them with the existing vendor specific or vendor neutral certifications that are out there. Very easily offer our AI for prompt engineer certification along with a Microsoft Copilot. One will teach you how to draft effective prompts on Copilot. And when you specialize on Microsoft Copilot, you will learn best version of Copilot because you would know how to draft effective prompts to get the most accurate output out of AI. So that's what we mean when we say that, our certifications can very easily complement instead of competing the existing certification providers out there. They are ISO compliant. We have globally recognized credentials that validate the credibility and add more credibility to the entire training. And we have a complete stack of credentials available, 70 plus courses catering to both the technical and non-technical audience, B2B and B2C audience. Of course, you save a lot of your time. If you had to reinvent the wheel, it would have taken months and years. And here you can launch training programs within weeks, right? Just give us the date. We are here to handhold you, to assist you, to ensure that by the time you're done onboarding with us as a partner, you are ready to go out there and effectively promote, sell, and deliver trainings on our certification programs. A complete tech stack is provided to you, right? You have the course, you have the exam, you have the regular updates, you have the proctoring tool provided for the online exam to ensure the fairness and the credibility of the entire online examination. Of course, you have the AI labs, the cloud lab environment. So no physical labs need to be set up for you to go ahead and deliver trainings on our certifications for the practical learning part, for the hands-on. We have 12 months of access given to your learners for cloud labs so that they can have a hands-on practical learning experience. Our course itself will include theory as well as a lot of capstone projects activities, quiz, industry simulations to make it a very holistic learning experience. And of course, complete support system is given throughout the partnership. You have complimentary train the trainer program, complete upskilling of your trainers based on the latest market trends, AI trends, and updates, instructor enablements, a whole library of resources of marketing materials, sales enablement documents, course documents, local language and multi language support for localized delivery. Of course, and of course, continuous updates, a free retake of the exam, a partner success manager, a dedicated account manager, co branded marketing activities, technical integration support through APIs to list these courses on your website, marketing assets, regional advantage, LMS access given of 12 months. It's a 1 year subscription for your learners. So you deliver the instructor led training and we enroll them for a 1 year access to the course and the exam. So your learners have access to the learning materials, to the exam, even after the training, where they can go back, relearn, and have regular updates. And of course, we help you in generating demand, assist you with inbound instructor led inquiries that come in directly through our website traffic because we cannot cater to that. Like Rahul rightfully mentioned, not only are we partner first, any kind of instructor led training, there is no direct competition with AI CERTs itself. We are not a training company. We do not deliver instructor led trainings. Any kind of requirements that come in directly to us is routed to our training partners who are catering in that specific region. And of course, these are all micro credentials meant to develop practical AI skills in your respective job roles to increase your efficiency and productivity. They're not these long diploma like courses of 6 months or 8 months courses or 3 months courses where a learner really has to invest time. They can have a learning on the go, multiple language support, complete end-to-end partner support, will regular updates. So it's complete flexible learning. And of course, moving on to the last and the most important pillar, which is of course profit. We see a huge demand. I don't have to repeat myself. We've already seen the stats, the figures. 2030 is where we see around at least 70% of every industry that you name it: healthcare, finance, banking, manufacturing, customer service, you education sector, aviation, you name any kind of industry. It's predicted by IBM, by Forbes, that 70% of these companies and corporates are going to start adopting AI, and that means that there's going to be a huge need for AI skilled professionals. So the demand is here, and it's no more an option. So there's a huge profit margins. And to be honest, I want to give you the actual information wherein, since I deal with partners on a day in, day out basis, I have seen the kind of demand that there is. Our partners have been able to deliver around 70 to 80 enroll around 80 to 100, I would say, individuals within the first 3 months of starting the partnership. And this includes the first month of onboarding, ramping them up, enabling them, the promotions, the PR activities, the train the trainer. After 1 month of complete onboarding, within 2 months, they're able to start delivering trainings. That's the kind of demand there is. Some partners have actually come back to me saying that the moment we integrated the courses on our website, even we still haven't started our promotions, and customers have started inquiring. So there is an opportunity. There's a huge opportunity that we see. In fact, just our own LMS platform, just to say it is multiple device supported. So, learners can access the learning materials not just from desktops and laptops, but even from their smartphones. And nowadays, everyone has a smartphone, right? So our mobile app has seen around 500K downloads in just 3 months, and that's a huge number. So that those numbers speak for itself. The kind of demand there is, how people are wanting to get upskilled in AI and not get left behind. The myth around AI is that humans, uh, AI is going to replace humans. That's never going to happen because there is always a human required, to give instructions to the AI to work on. But of course, people with AI skills might definitely replace the ones without them. And that's what we're here to bridge the gap. Of course, flexible revenue models, you can offer it as instructor led training, even as self paced if you have such requirements, where the whole opportunity comes in where there is uncapped margins for you to play with on the instructor led deliveries, right? You can offer it as hybrid if it's a 40-hour course, which is our technical courses, and 8-hour course, which is our professional courses. You can offer it as a 20 hours, self-paced or a 20 hours instructor led, completely your call. You as our training partner has have full discretion on how you want to deliver the instructor led training, how you want to price the instructor led training. So it's completely your call, and what certifications you want to deliver the trainings on, and how many trainers you want to enroll into the free train the trainer program, and how you want to offer this, what audience you want to offer it. Bring any opportunity with us and look at us as your extended team. And of course, you can scale, as the partnership based on the demand, right? There are huge margins to play with. We give you the complete package. We give you not just the course, not just the exam, but the labs, the AI mentor or the AI assistant is also there within our LMS platform. We give you the proctoring tool. So that's why our pricing is very, very competitive. You have high margins to play with depending on the purchasing capacity of your clients, right? And so huge, and as and when the volumes increase of the enrollments, you have higher margins and reduced discounted pricing as well from us. Right, multiple options to offer it, scale from just start off with one certification, and then as and when you see the demand for the AI trainings coming in from your clients, scale it up to the our entire portfolio of 70 plus certifications. Expand your market. After COVID, we've seen a huge surge in virtual instructor led trainings where you can offer trainings without any geographical restriction from a screen. So feel free, work from one region and cater to the entire globe. We already have partners, like Rahul said, in 40 plus countries. We cater to a global audience in just a year because I've been with AI Search for over almost, it's going to be 2 years now. So you can say I'm almost ancient. So we started off with 100 and now we've scaled up enormously. There's a huge investment involved because we've seen a huge scope and a potential and a gold mine of an opportunity that exists here. And just in a year's time, I have been able to see that we started off with 7 partners and now we have over 150 plus partners. And in just a year's time, that's a huge number. So I'm giving these numbers just so that you get the ground reality, the transparent facts and truths, because I deal with partners. So I want you to know exactly the kind of demand there is. And please, any questions, I'm more than happy to address them after this. And of course, there's a competitive advantage, right? So there are a lot of certification providers out there, but how do you stand out and capture the AI training space is with credible you know, courses, credible training programs. And that's where our globally recognized certifications will add more credibility to your training. Now, I think I spoke a lot. So I would just like to, pass on the deck to Rahul again, where I would love for Rahul to explain on the partner portal.
Thank
You
you
know,
so much, Afin. That was really, really very brief. And again, I would like to thank again everyone who's present in the meeting, taking a look at what we have developed over the period of time. It has been a sheer dedication from the teams and that we have been able to create a complete ecosystem. When we talk about the ecosystem, that's where the pricing also comes in and strikes in because our dependency on third parties, be it for certs, issuance, be it for proctoring tools, be it the kind of partner portals, trainer portals, learner portals that we have developed is all in-house. When these are all in-house, that gives us a lot more competitive advantage in terms of fixing our pricing at a lower standards in APAC region, so that at least at the initial start, we would be able to gain the trust. We would be able to capture the market with the right audience immediately. And the most important thing is that we would be able to make profits for our partners. So as Afin rightly mentioned, I think the number quoted unquoted is still less, but I will give you a little more background before I move on to this slide that we have partners who have been able to sell more than 500 certifications in their first 5 months or first 4 months of their activation itself. They we have seen a huge demand in academic side versus we have seen a huge demand in corporate sides together. Academic becomes prominently more of a recurring business. Corporate is a small, slow game, but still there is a huge requirement coming in. The best part is that with AI certs, we all would be able to position it as an enterprise-wide learning solution rather than probably providing a training on cybersecurity, on cloud, only that. So we are in itself a complete new category. I would now come back to partner portal. So basically, we have developed three very strong portal for ourselves and for our partners, for our learners. One of the portals that we call it as partner portal. Then we have learner portal, which we call it as LMS typically. And then we have a trainer portal, which is for the trainers to have cheat sheet access, for the trainers to access their course, their side of things, and then, of course, how fast they can get ramped up in terms of completing these course catalog as well. So just few features, if you are able to see, it includes a lot more in terms of reporting structures, how many people, how many individuals have been certified, how many have cleared the exam, how many have issued the certification. The access to the full course catalog is available here. If you deep dive, you will be able to see a lot more marketing material, which is social kits marketing material for our partners. For demand generation is already there in the library itself. We have certification where this portal can be used for managing requests, like you want to enroll more than 100 people at a go, 500 people at a go, or even one person at a go. This is where your go-to portal would be, where you have to manage your certification, your exams, your renewals, everything at one place. You can monitor your revenue and payouts, everything in this particular portal itself, right? So this gives a lot more comprehensive view in terms of the visibility of what you are doing versus how you are performing in your region versus how you are performing, how your trainers are performing in the region and everything. Now, if I talk about the roadmap to becoming a high performing partner, of course, we do not say that if we have 150 partners, almost every 150 partner is able to do revenue every month. But of course, we have been able to see a 70% strike in their revenue in the first 3 months itself. And that, of course, depends upon the scale of the team that you have versus the vision that you have versus the capital that you have versus, of course, the old customer base that you have versus the team that is highly enthusiastic to really sell AI into your market. So it all depends upon a lot more factors from our end than your end. So first of all, choose your right AI search program. Now in Singapore, we have seen typically people, going for prompt engineering to executive tracks a lot. Now the same has not been replicated in Middle East region. We have seen people going for project management. So our product market fit definition keeps on changing basis the definition, basis the geography in itself. So it's very important. You have to choose your right AI search programs, and that's where AI search team comes into a picture, where they would be able to tell you that these many certifications we have sold in the last 3 years, 2 years, and this is a top selling certification in your region. This is where you will be able to see a competitive advantage if you sell this along with what you're already selling it. Then, of course, localized delivery. Your trainers adds a lot of flavor in terms of the quality of delivery has to be unmatched. It has to be completely localized, and we also support our trainers, and our your trainers will be supported by complete comprehensive uh, you know uh, framework that we have developed for the trainers to get a hands-on understanding on what we do today, so that it becomes easy for them to go and deliver. So we have multiple options to deliver the classes into, be it in self-paced or be it instructor-led delivery. Stage three seems to be more on the getting the onboarding access, what the courseware covers right now, the exam and proctoring, the LMS platforms, of walkthrough of LMS platforms, and and all the platforms that we have. I just mentioned about the partner portal, the learner portal, the trainer portal. Right, so you will have a complete access to it. You can play around with it. You will be able to understand what is the usage of each platforms or each uh, uh, you know uh, at every stage each platform is being utilized for some or the other reasons, and that then you'll be able to get hands-on understanding on it. Then we have launched the marketing and demand generation, where we do a lot of co-branded webinars with our partners. We invite your old customer base to this. We do a lot of email marketing campaigns with you. We do a lot of branding campaigns with you. We go on to events alongside with you. We also have a partner marketing manager specifically allocated for the accounts that we onboard. So there are two kind of dedicated managers who will be allocated in the journey in itself. One is going to be partner marketing manager, and the other is going to be customer success manager. Then if I go on to the stage 5 of things, it is more about delivering your first cohorts. Of course, your first delivery becomes a lot more essential for the entire team of yours, including your sales, marketing, maybe your product teams, and of course your training teams and trainers, to get the conviction in what we are doing today. So your instructor led coaching or instructor led deliveries happens through instructors, where we also train your instructors. We also do the train the trainer programs for your instructors, so that we are very sure on two parts. One is the knowledge, and second is the delivery and the quality of delivery. And stage 6 is of course going to be scaling it to big deals like government deals. Recently we closed one of the biggest deals in academic institutions, where a partner in South Latin America closed about 700 certifications recurring every quarter. So it's about 700 multiplied by 4, which is about 3,000 odd certifications, 2800 certifications in the entire year. So there's a huge opportunity, there's a huge demand that we are able to see. I think the success would lie in terms of the pace of execution from your team's end, and the coordination that we will be able to do on the ground together. That's where we have been able to see the sweet spot for the partners to really get going. It's no more that we give you everything and then we wait for things to happen magically. Of course not. There are things that we will be able to give it to you. We know the right way to do it from the best practices that we have observed in the last 3 years. But of course, we would expect your teams to be up and running with respect to being more enterprising and proactive in terms of taking those initiatives ahead. So yeah, Afrin, I think this is what I wanted to say. I think your closing statements would help a lot to everyone here, and then we can close the webinar.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rahul, for sharing all those insights. And you rightfully mentioned the roadmap is very simple. Just give us a call and we are here to assist you. You need more details about the partnership. What are the steps? How do we become partners? What's the entire framework? I mean, how do we handhold our partners to ensure you succeed in the partnership? Please feel free to reach out to us. We're just a call, email, or LinkedIn away. Right, we'll be more than happy to address any questions you may have on how you would, if 2026 is where you're looking to add AI trainings into your portfolio, add more value to it, then this is the time where, feel free to reach out to us. Of course, there is a huge gold mine of an opportunity, Rahul. I rightfully agree with you on the numbers that have been, quoted less by me in terms of keeping the partners on how even the small, training partners have been able to generate around 1,800 enrollments. And of course, the ones that are the big training partners who have a huge client base, the numbers that you mentioned are absolutely correct. So we've seen partners growing and starting making profits within the first quarter. So that's what I wanted to highlight. And of course, as this slide explains the 6 reasons why you need to partner with AI certs. First and foremost, role-based certification is need of the hour, right? Nobody's looking at AI on a generic term where you feel that you can get all the answers right from ChatGPT or Copilot, then you're wrong. Every role has specific AI tools and platforms. So that's where our role-based certifications stand out. And of course, it's completely enterprise ready. I don't have to repeat myself. The line or the statement that Rahul used was apt, that we can do an enterprise wide AI readiness program across every department in an enterprise, like I mentioned. And I have seen, ideally, though corporate, it is slow because there's a lot of hierarchy involved. But I have seen that, it starts off majorly from the top tier. People in corporates usually prefer a start off with AI upskilling for their leaders, for the CEOs, people who are in the C-level executives. And then they move it down towards the cross-functional departments. So that's what I've been able to see. But of course, we can provide an enterprise ready product for you. So why it matters, because right now enterprises, corporates are actively seeking out role-based skills. And that's where we have job role-based certifications catering to every role that is out there. And the ones that are soon going to be impacted by AI, we're going to soon roll that out as well. And as partners, feel free to reach out to us if you feel in your region, in your where you are operating, there is a need, a huge scope or a demand of a certification that does not already exist in our portfolio. Feel free to reach out to us based on the scope, the volumes. We'd be more than happy to go ahead and develop the certification programs for you, because that's what we do. And of course, we have not just an enterprise ready product for you, we comply with ISO standards that are compliant and aligned with our certifications and is part of our entire development process. Of course, the advantage is that it gives you the advantage to stand out in grabbing corporate and enterprise ready deals. And of course, our curriculum, our certifications have been designed in such a way that they are academic friendly. In fact, they can be offered to everybody and anyone with any kind of AI skill levels. I might be a beginner in AI, I might be someone who's on the intermediate level, I might be someone who's absolutely proficient in AI and I just want to know how to use the basic tools. So we can cater not just to any job role, but people for any AI skill levels. I could just be a student, I could be a working professional in my early or my mid or my senior level in my career. So this is something that we can offer to any kind of audience, right? So it's academic friendly. You can easily integrate our certifications into a current academic curriculum as a value add to make students job ready, AI ready, where students can actually leverage the certifications that they would receive at the end of completing our certifications or courses. They could leverage it for internships, for job opportunities, for career opportunities. They could share it on LinkedIn and they can use it for campus placements. So there's a lot of advantage associated with the certification itself. So it's like a cherry or an icing on the cake. And of course, your advantage by adding AI into your portfolio, you're just opening up an additional revenue opportunity for you, an additional door where you already have great training programs that's already ongoing. And these, you don't have to offer standalone trainings on our certifications. You can integrate them very beautifully into your existing training programs. If you're a training provider who's into technical trainings, offering cybersecurity, you could offer our AI security and add that as a value add into your current cybersecurity training program. You're into leadership development, you provide HR trainings, project management trainings. You can add our AI for HR, AI for project management, the AI value add into your current training programs, right? So, of course, recurring revenue models that you have, flexible delivery models that you have. You can cater to an enterprise audience, you can cater to an academic audience. So, basically, your end user could be anyone, is what we're trying to say. And of course, regular updates, fast updates to ensure that our curriculum, our content is always current and relevant based on the latest technological and AI trends. We're all now using version 5.2 of ChatGPT. I'm sure we all use that. So AI is rapidly updating. It's not just here, it's just rapidly taking and disrupting every industry as we speak in just months. And that's the reason that the content needs to be regularly updated. And that's where we have a quarterly updation policy, but every 12 weeks, our internal SMEs ensure that they keep checking if there's any new updates that have come in, right? And of course, it's backed with a global ecosystem where we have a complete global partner network of demand, credibility of over 100 plus partners that are available worldwide. So I again gave wrong numbers earlier. I said there were 150 plus partners that we have. So right now, I think those numbers have increased. So I'm sure I didn't include the America, our US team, because I handle the APAC. So I must have missed out on those numbers there, of course. The vendor partnerships, we have alignment with government bodies. We've worked with corporates, we've worked with government bodies in the past, we've worked with academic institutions in the past, with training partners, and we continue to work with them. So we have a huge global ecosystem and a partner network that you can be a part of, and we would love for you to be a part of. And of course, no other integration costs, hidden costs, a complete market ready tech stack, a complete market ready certification stack readily available for you to go out there and start offering to your customers, right? So this is the six major reasons, and I would say more for you to actually, the major reason that I would say is that there is a demand, and this is the time to capture the demand, right? With the kind of government strategies, with the kind of talent shortage that there exists, and of course, with all of this presents a huge opportunity for us. So there's a huge potential profit making opportunity that lies in front of us, especially with 2026 kicking in, with new budgets, new government initiatives, and fundings in terms of AI upskilling. I think this is the right time where we can shake hands together and grab those opportunities and leverage the gold mine of an opportunity that we have at hand. And of course, we feel free to reach out to us for localized go to marketing strategies, multi language support, so that we can assist you to offer these trainings to your local audience, right? And of course, the last blue line speaks for itself that the next 2, 3 years will define the AI training market in the APAC region. And of course, if we do not move now, we certainly are going to be left behind. So we are ready, of course, to power you guys, to assist you guys, to ensure you succeed. If you are ready and are looking at expanding your portfolio with AI, credible AI trainings and certifications in 2026, feel free to reach out to us. Our entire team is at your disposal. And I think I would just like to end it if Rahul has anything to add on. But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much once again for joining. I wish everyone a very, very happy weekend and all of you a great start and wonderful year ahead. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you. Now we leave the floor open for questions if there's any. I hope we
Yes.
do have time. Yeah.
Uh, of course, of course. I think if anyone has any questions, please put it on the chat. We are open to answer those questions. And if not, of course, we will be able to reach out again to you guys, and then we will be fixing up some meetings with you guys. If you have more in-depth conversation that you would like to have to make you understand and you want to know more in terms of what we do today and how this partnership would completely roll out to, we would be able to take it one-on-one as well. Anyone who has any questions, feel free to ask. If not, then we can close them.
Yes, our team is anyways going to reach out to you all in some time. If you don't, so please feel free to put something on the chat. We will certainly reach out to you and address everything. I think, Prashant, we will certainly reach out to you. Our team will reach out to you. I can see that you have mentioned that. And anyone else, please reach out to us, explore our website, and our team will reach out to you. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Bye bye.
Thank you for joining. Thank you.